This is an audiobook titled The Art of Absolute Reality, Book 5 by Brendan James Franchina. The Philosopher's Stone is a mirror that is for out-of-body experiences that helps you receive the essence of the way for another, so you may be holy and extend your light as the endless vortex of supreme reality, of the creation, of the balance, of the infinite being, infinite extension, being the extension in the unified plane of consistent plode, as the energetically linked eternal moment of now. The knowingness of the experience of the understanding of the eternal divine path, as the flow of the conception of your grandest version of the greatest vision you ever held about who you are, as you consistently create your own reality and experience of holiness in your every thought, word and deed, of the presence of the universe of divine spirit love in a utopian society on a journey without distance, in the energetically linked eternal moment of now. Being in cosmic consciousness is experiencing your divinity in its fullest glory, not just being a human puppet and only experiencing and seeing your power in an earthly glimpse of the reflection of light, but it is to be amongst the peace of heaven, and to move around freely and be in the infinite glory of the sense of feeling of infinite possibilities ahead of you as you flow down the limitless outlook of the unified plane of consciousness and fully open your energy center to the bliss of eternal life. And so as you are a creator of the experience of energy, light and information in the infinite cosmic consciousness, there is nothing lacking in this very moment as you glance upon your true self, and the fact we can tap into that utopia lets you know it is real and possible to anchor into the collective consensus of reality as a mission statement reflection of the decision point to choose consistent and total love of the unity of all life. I friendship you, I love you, I honor you, I bring out the best in you, and you bring out the best in me. We are one, we are together, in the eternal moment of now, as the far out lucky evenly given and received perfect oneness and perfect love, as we flow the eternal life force current down the universal stream of universal love and light and peace as wisdom of the knowledge of the memory of God's holy light, of the divine order, of the modus operandi of the gratuitous fortuitous ascertaining of the eternal life force current that sustains eternal youth, eternal life, eternal truth, eternal light. So by now you are probably wondering, what if it was really the unified plane of consciousness that created the fall from grace and the collapse of a utopian society? What if it was the snake eating its own tail that was the reason why society collapsed? And I tell you, it is because of the unified plane of consciousness that the pain of separation and nightmare of exile from utopia is the reason why you called upon your true self. So then, your question stems from a deeper issue and deeper core. What is the real issue is that not enough people purify themselves because of their spiritual immaturity and lack of courage to break on through to the other side of the polarity that is utopia, and consequently advanced technology without advanced thinking leads to destruction. But by the grace of the benevolence of the universe, this time around man has one up on the universe and has access to more spiritually advanced technologies, and the assurity that man may sustain a utopian society is more in their favour. So now you know how this all came to be. One must ask oneself, do I choose to be totally honest and totally loving with yourself and others and your relationship to the universe? Or do I lack the willpower to surrender to the solution of total light? The eternal life force current plodes the explosion of infinite completion while ascertaining an infinite oneness experience with Prime Creator on a journey without distance, in the energetically linked eternal moment of now, in the total core of the total consciousness of the one mind of the infinite completion, as the infinite point of awareness, flowing down the universal stream of universal consciousness, as the perfect oneness and perfect love of the art of absolute reality. The eternal life force current of the quickening of infinite completion as the infinite point of awareness, as the end of deep sleep times, as the balance of fire and water, to travel with the eternal with the promise of the vow, to transcend all suffering universally, to restore the universal utopia, to bring to the powerless the eternal power of the eternal divine path, into the infinite awareness experience of the eternal memory of the beliefless belief, of the stateless state, of the eternal perfect oneness and perfect love. The universal utopia will be sustained by an eternal life force current that nourishes all beings like rain into a river, where the cycle is never ending of the infinite completion, as the infinite oneness experience with Prime Creator, of the infinite completion as the infinite point of awareness, of the presence of a universal curriculum, of beings of total love expressing love, worlds without end, where the eternal life force current plodes the explosion of infinite completion while ascertaining an infinite oneness experience with Prime Creator, on a journey without distance in the energetically linked eternal moment of now, in the total core of the total consciousness of the one mind of the infinite completion, as the infinite point of awareness flowing down the universal stream of universal consciousness, as the perfect oneness and perfect love of the art of eternal life. Peace and divine spirit love and joy are flowing to you as we learn to understand ourselves on this world. So I'll begin with saying, to sustain a utopian society on this planet, first of all we need to find our faults within ourselves that are continually resurfacing in our life, that the universe gives to us so that we may have an opportunity to heal and dissolve the blockages to ascertain the peace of God, which is the peace that passeth all understanding. So there is at the core of your being an attitude of God, and an essence in how in which you carry as the flow of the eternal life force current. It is expressed in either a dualistic sense, which creates time and space, or a unified sense, where everything in this world is seen as either a cry for love or an act of love. And the more consistent and vigilant for utopia we are, that is the total love of the total light, of the presence of an infinite oneness experience with Prime Creator, in the energetically linked eternal moment of now, the more meaningful life will be. So, my friends, one must be honest with oneself in finding the core images within one's life to help you further progress along the path to absolute reality. The majority of images usually come from a previous incarnation, but its effects are carried on with us and drawn to us like a magnet. One needs to exercise patience with oneself and forgiveness for believing in what did not happen in reality, in the absolute sense as a reference point of the unwounded, unlimited strength of the true potential of the soul that is already perfectly healed in the energetically linked eternal moment of now, on a journey without distance as the consistent flow of perfect oneness and perfect love. But as we move slowly through the journey of looking at our problems and knowing and understanding them in their entirety, will we overcome them and the world of duality that is a fantasy wish for the unreal to be true.